So if you have 2 croissants in a day,
yes,
how bad is that for you?
I don't think it's so bad. I think it's 20 grams of fat in each one, so.
We don't know anyone who does that.
No.
Yeah, actually, fat isn't so bad for you.
Ah, France. The place where we lived before starting our journey in our rolling home lemonade. It's the place we consider our European home. It's where we get mail and where the RV is registered. Now that we have touched ground on every country in Europe except Belarus, we find ourselves back in this wonderful place. The land whose beauty is only surpassed by its amazing cheese, wine, and bread. Anyway, now that we are back, it's time to discover more of this incredible place. We landed in Paris, where we went to Comic-Con and did a scary escape room adventure on the Seine River.
Look at the pretty Seine River. Laura, don't be scared.
But that was then, and this is now. And now is Largo's birthday. Yes, our young RVNN reporter is turning 12.
Happy birthday to you.
And we have a very exciting adventure in store for him.
Okay, you ready for the plan for the day?
We are learning all about bread. Not the bread that you find in a vending machine in a rural French village.
So we have come across something that we've never seen in all of our travels in France. And mind you, we've been in France for a very long time. Baguette vending machine. What on earth is that? Are there any baguettes in there?
Well, not yet. You gotta pay for it. Give me some money.
What we are preparing for and talking about is a bread making experience in one of the cutest French villages we have ever seen.
So we are in the quaint medieval town of Saint-Cirq-la-Popie. And
I find that so funny.
I don't know.
Mom said she thought it was funny because it sounded like poopy.
Well, Mom's got a second grade humor. But we are here to meet up with an esteemed colleague of a friend of ours that has been recommended to us because they put on bread making seminars. And as much as today is not going to be bread making, today's going to be pizza making, tomorrow is going to be bread making. And we are super excited to see everything that Saint-Cirq-la-Popie has to offer for bread making. Wow, look how cute this town is.
I know, super cute.
Oh my gosh. Can we go for dinner after we make pizza?
I want to eat dinner,
pizza.
you and me?
Do you want to?
Oh, if it's just you two, then sure, leave us, please.
Excuse me, but somebody's birthday.
Oh my gosh, it's Largo's birthday.
It's Largo.
Now, if Largo has a favorite food, pizza is definitely in the conversation. And even though we were going to spend the next day doing all things bread, our first evening was going to be a carb-enriched feast of homemade pizza.
Well, I think that's so far so good. Yeah.
The thing is,
If there is one thing that is a truth in life, it is that anyone can make homemade pizza. Because if we, as crazy WorldTowners, who just rolled in at the last minute, can join in on a pizza making party and still create something that is worth applauding, then you can do it too.
Yeah. You know what you're going to make, Laura?
Oh my gosh.
You know what you're going to make?
No.
So
No?
I lived there when I was...
I mean, I know that I'm gonna make a pizza, but
I don't know if I'm a natural, Will.
Here you go. Are you ready?
Our dinner's dependent on that.
You know that story of like, hey, maybe we should open a pizza place? I don't know. Maybe we just eat pizza.
With the pizza behind us, Largo had a great birthday, and it's time to get to the main event, bread making.
Whoa.
Well, welcome to a beautiful day in southwestern France. We are in Saint-Cirq-la-Popie.
La Popie.
And we are heading to a bread making class today in the most adorable village.
Where it's raining, and even though it's raining, it still looks kind of cute, which for France, that really means a lot because we don't like the rain that much.
Do you know anything about bread making?
No, I know that we eat it every day because the French are like diehard bread eaters, so.
Good morning.
we found out real quick that bread baking is a stomach satisfying activity that takes a fair amount of time. So, before we got started, we decided to get to know our baking guru on a deeper level.
Okay, so how did you get started?
Well, I many years ago had to bake for my family. We lived in Nigeria, so there wasn't bread there. So I started just as a survival technique. And then, of course, got back to the States and you could get anything you wanted. And I'm not sure really what the interest was, but I was married to a German man, and so we'd go to Germany all the time. And I began to really fall in love with the bakeries there. So I asked my mother-in-law, I said, well, "Well, how would you learn to bake these breads?" And she said, "It's not possible.
Oh,
Not possible."
when someone says that, right? Those are fighting words.
That's right. So anyway, a couple of years later, there was an opportunity at a German baking academy. I was there 2 months, and we learned more than 300 breads.
Oh my gosh. And what's your favorite?
I think my favorite now, and I didn't learn it at the academy, is I have a good recipe for focaccia bread.
Oh, Will loves
Yeah.
that.
And then when I moved to France, I thought it'd be fun to do the same thing.
So bread has been in your life for a while then?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, for about 10 or 12 years.
10 or 12 years?
That I started thinking seriously about it.
So to learn more about Pat's setup, we were taken to a brand new brick oven wood fire bread making masterpiece, which is only about a month away from completion.
Specifically for bread.
Oh my gosh.
Because it has the lower, yeah.
This is not what I expected.
Yeah.
I expected like literally an eighth of the size of this.
No.
Wow.
So anyway,
How long did it take to do this?
about a month.
You have a great space out here. And I'm saying
look at
that in the
this.
nasty rain. This is beautiful.
I know, it really is.
When the wood fire oven is complete, Pat will have realized her dream of having a brick oven bread baking experience available for all who share her love of baking baguettes and just about any other type of bread.
Okay, so what are we making here?
We're making baguettes.
Because all the dough looks the same to me, and I know that they're probably different. So
They are slightly different, but all of them have flour, water, salt, and sourdough or commercial yeast.
what makes this one different than say another one? Is there an extra ingredient or the time it takes to rise or
It's
the
mostly
shape?
the shaping.
the
Yes,
shaping?
So you can take one kind of dough and you can shape it in different ways to make baguette.
You could make a
or-
croissant out of that.
Well, you could not. You have to add a lot of butter to make that croissant because this has no butter in it at all. And the croissants that we had today, 250 grams of butter.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Plus more because there's like 55 grams in the dough, and then you laminate it with butter. Right.
Okay, so what is the next step
So
after we do this?
what we're going to do with this has been in the refrigerator for 2 days.
Whoa.
And so what we're going to do with it now is we're going to put it into individual loaves. So there's 250 grams is the official size of the French baguette.
Okay.
So what we do is we put it here.
And you
You
shape.
can see how sticky
Imagine
it is.
that a regular baguette comes from that little dough.
I know, right?
That's
It really looks so professional when you do it. I know that's your specialty, but can you? I feel like mine would have like finger marks in it and like maybe a hair. Now, if the people that come for 5 days, how many different things do they learn how to bake?
about 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many calories do they ingest over those?
Well, you know.
So are the meals included in the price that they pay?
Yes. Yeah.
How many hours a day are you usually baking with? Like, do you do a morning session, an afternoon session, or is it just in the morning, or
It's all day long.
it's all day long?
We
Okay.
take a break for lunch.
So, and then how much of your workshops are done here in the kitchen versus downstairs in the studio?
They're all done downstairs in the studio.
And when you do them, do you guys eat outside as well? Most meals?
Yes.
Oh, that's such a wonderful part of
Right
France.
here.
So we're not going through the part where Alan's going to try her hand at making bread. Listen, what we're here for is only 1 day. So the ability to make every single bread is like not possible unless we got up at 5 in the morning, which we're not doing. Are you ready, Evelyn?
And normally in real life we don't. And I'm going to get it set up so you can just do it. So what we want to do is just kind of move it along like this and try to get it tight. So you can do that. As you can see, this is sticking. So you want to go under it like this and like that. You see how when you move it like that, how this starts to get tight? You see how I'm going right under it?
You see, what you don't understand is that Avalon eats the most bread in this entire family. So this is part of homeschooling today for her.
All right. And I think we're ready now to just pick it up with both hands and plop it right in there. Go underneath. There you go. And then just smooth it out. Just kind of tuck it down into the corners there. There you go. Exactly.
Alan's gonna earn her keep now, make her own bread.
That's right.
So in general, because we walked in, you already had everything prepared like the dough.
Yeah.
From start to finish, what does it normally take?
So by the time you bake it up, it's been 3 days since you started it. So
Okay.
yeah.
So us living in an RV, that's something that's really feasible, right?
You know, I think you guys could do it.
We're checking to see if they've risen or rose. What would it be?
Gotten bigger?
Gotten bigger sounds
Gotten
better.
bigger. Yeah, gotten bigger.
This one has. This one has.
And then we have our little buns under here. They're probably going to be ready to bake soon.
This is quite a messy job, huh?
It is quite a mess.
Especially for someone who wears black all the time and gray.
I don't usually wish we're gray. No.
You're Batman, Evelyn.
I only work in black and sometimes very, very dark gray.
So while the dough was set in its position for baking, it had to lay dormant for a while before hitting the oven. In the meantime, we hit the streets to see this incredibly beautiful French village.
So this town of Saint-Cirque-le-Poupy has been voted by the French people, get this, the #1 cutest town in all of France. Now, we stumbled across this by accident. We didn't know that there was actually such a thing as a designated #1 cutest town in all of France. But to do this, we had to sort of go bake bread.
Well, we knew someone who knew someone who knew someone, and it led us here to make bread, and now we've got to see this really cute village. Now, it's super popular in the summer because that's when all the tourists come, and when everyone's on vacation, it pretty much shuts down. In the winter, we're at the beginning of November, and there's still some shops that are still open here and there, and some restaurants, but I guess it's not as bustling as it is during the summertime, which, quite frankly, it's still really, really cute here.
When we actually looked at the population, did you say 200?
Yeah, Will,
Okay.
I remember because you were on Wikipedia, and Will says, I said, what's the population? He says 207. He goes, that must mean 207,000. No, it means 207
Individuals.
humans.
Right. But during the summer, it skyrockets to whatever bus loads come for the day. But there are tons of restaurants, and if I had to find a place to retire, this might be it.
Me too, and I wouldn't like the crowd so much, so I would rent it out in the summer, and I'd be here the rest of the time, the rest of the year. But apparently if you come in December, there's like one restaurant open and everything else is shut down. So you really have to like your solitude or need to have a car.
I don't know.
Not much snow.
It's adorable too, though. So
It
I can deal with this place really
Me
big
too,
time.
me too. Maybe we found our next home.
Shh, we're moving to Saint-Cirque-le-Poupy. Saint-Cirque-le-Poupy.
Seriously, guys, look at this house. It is so cute. I know I use this word all the time, but I want this house. It is adorable. I bet it has a nice patio up there or garden where you can sit out here on summer nights and eat
what the
and
crazy
drink
part
and
is?
what?
The Camino comes near here too.
It does. You can do like a side route through here. It doesn't actually go directly through here, but it goes. You can make a side route, and people actually do the side route to come through here because it's so adorable.
That's where our next business is. We're having our burger here.
Oh, Barricade. Oh my God, that's a great idea.
After our stroll in the town, it was time to get the breads ready for the oven. But there were a few more things we needed to do before they were ready to be baked.
Laura, what's going on? Shh. What do you mean, shh? What's going on?
I'm concentrating.
Really? And what does the egg wash do?
It makes it shiny, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes it shiny.
And that's it? Or does it add flavor or anything else?
And mostly just for the shine.
Okay. Good job, Evelyn. You now made a shiny, big
And
bread.
then we have the loaf.
I'm the
also
master
that
of egg wash painting.
makes- And we also do this.
Now, is this making you think, Evelyn, about becoming a baker?
No.
No, you like to cook.
I
Natural.
like baking stuff with sugar in it so I can eat it after. But
All
this
right,
one does
you
look
can
very
make
good.
this so that we can eat it afterwards. Then how about that?
Right.
And with that, it was time to put the bread in the oven and reap the rewards of our labor.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
Oh
we have
my
some
goodness, look at
brioche
this.
buns coming out of the oven.
Oh my
Mm,
God.
Yeah, here
Wow.
we go.
That
Yeah.
looks so easy to make.
Largo, that was not easy.
Largo and Evelyn, I think this is the most alive I've seen you the entire day.
Can we eat them now?
We can.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can put them around the corner. Oh my gosh.
So cool. I just hope I don't burn my nose on the tray.
That is, I know. Anticipation is the hardest thing in the world.
I hope a pink hair doesn't fall on this. That would ruin the moment.
Is this better than cheese, though? Is that the question?
No. Don't ask me that question.
I know that's going to be a hard one.
Don't ask me that question. Today, yes.
Today, yes.
Today, yes.
Tomorrow, no.
Oh my gosh, and look, there's more coming. Look at that. It's like a delivery hospital. I love this.
No.
So are we giving this a go?
Do you try these?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's...
Do you want to split one, Margaret?
I don't care.
Split it.
You want to put butter or jam on it or anything?
Split it.
And just eat it that way?
I think I'll just try this way.
All right.
So what do you think?
It's good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. So you did a good job making bread?
Well,
Are you going to take credit for this one?
I did a good job watching. Everyone else did the work. But I'm good at eating. Have another bite, Laura? Laura likes it.
So much bread in one day?
We're going to need to do some exercising.
Well, we have to do something, that's
We
for
need
sure.
to exercise more.
Well, let's see here. We got croissants there.
4 of those today.
Massive
2 of these.
brioches and loaf bread and like 6 baguettes.
Not all coming out with
I'm in a coma already. Just looking at it.
So this was amazing. Thank you so
If
much.
you can tell, it started off in the morning and now we're ending well after sunset.
It's midnight now. This is hard work, this bacon bread stuff.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So Pat is awesome, guys, and she offers classes where you can come and actually stay in the village and learn how to bake bundles of stuff, more than just a day like we did. Now, how can they find you?
On the website, Pilgrims au Pain.
And you'll put it down bottom, or we'll put it in the description notes too. So don't forget to subscribe, share this video with anyone who's coming to France and wants to take a really cool class, and give us a thumbs up and a comment. See you later.
You know, this reminds me of the days when my parents owned a bakery.
Right? A Cuban bread bakery.
Exactly, the one that was like around the corner.
If your parents owned a Cuban bread bakery, I would have died.
Can you imagine? I would have been like 500 pounds.
You would have still been cute, Will.